Power of the Ancients Field Center is now available for those of you. We had a vote on Discord for which Field Center everybody wanted to see, and this ended up being the winner for the block. So I will leave a link down below so you guys can grab yours today. Now we're going to pass on over to Megatins Day 1. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Fire selling of tin cases, man, oh man, 174. People want them gone. So what's actually happened here on the market? Well, Prosperities actually are still holding about $39 to $40. I'm not really surprised about this. You know, a few people are like, oh my god, you know, like, as soon as those tin prices circulate, Robbie, they're going to smash down. Yeah, they will, but I don't think we'll see that until, you know, very late Friday afternoon or into, you know, Saturday, Sunday at this point. So, but yeah, like I said, Pot of Prosperity sold. There are Magician Girls holding at a $25 price point, actually. It looks like, I honestly think for the most part, you'll probably see these hold at a pretty decent mark. The droplets, anybody really surprised to see that this is at $28? Because, once again, format staples, when we looked at data earlier in the week and we saw that, you know, even though it was a very small sample size, you could see damage was being done immensely to, you know, just half print runs here. Blue Eyes White Dragon, the Chicken Ling Dragon of White here, $20. I'm actually glad to see that these have calmed down a little bit. Bad news is if you're a collector and you wanted 3 of these, that's $60. Good news if you bought them on pre-sale, you spent $36. But once again, pre-sale game is bad, says certain people. So that's why every time I bring up pre-sales, when we look at these things, you got to use this old thing up here. You got to decide you got to use your judgment. Are you fine with paying this price if it goes up or if it goes down? The answer is, I mean, you made an educated decision at that point in time based on info that you had available, right? To decide if the pre-sale was worth it. So it's always going to be an interesting decision. But yeah, Chicken Laying Dragon, $20. Lightning Storm right now, 23s. I've heard so many cases of tins that haven't had lightning storms and a lot that have had. Actual singletons went up. This is actually interesting. So the cases went down, but the singletons have pushed up, because I remember these were like $17 the other day. So that's interesting. Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Wow. You know, this was, what, $17? And then it was, what, $8 on pre-sale? So now you're kind of starting to see it push down towards, like, the medium ground here. Yeah, $15 isn't crazy good, but it's still something here. $15 on the Red Eyes Black Dragon. That's pretty good. Secret Ash Blossoms from the tins coming in at $15. The fact that we just got the secondary confirmation on this from the structure deck is fantastic, man. Like, this really does help settle down a lot of the things on the market. So that's good, all right? A lot of decently priced cards so far. Cross-Eyed Detonators, whole $8. Good news is plenty of people will be able to get these. Diviners are at $7. I like to see that. That's good. If this card could go down to like $4 to $5, I think a lot of the community would be very happy. Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, $7. Ghost Bells, $3.50s. Incredible Ecclesias, $3, $4. Yeah, it looks like $3 to $4. Okay. Alubers, $3 to $4 as well. That's interesting. Basically, yeah, $3 post shipping. Nibiru's are very, very cheap now. This is very, very good. I'm happy to see that they did their job with Nibiru. $2.50s on these. Lord of the Heavenly Sky Prisons, basically $2 to $3 post shipping. Good stuff. Wow, $2.50s on the branded openings. Ghost Ogres at $2.50s as well. Small Worlds at $2. Wow, $2 Dark Ruler No Mores and $2 to $3 copies of Dimension Shifters after shipping. Into the Vrains is basically $2 after shipping. The Revived Sky Dragon. This is basically $2. This is not bad. I dig this. Ready Fusion, same thing, $2. Looking about $1.50, $2 on the True Sun God. Ruddy Rose, very, very cheap. 3 pages in, and you're starting to like see the little penny stonks. If these end up hitting like very cheap, I guarantee you a lot of like the investor class people within our community are going to come in and like annihilate these off the face of the market because they're Egyptian god support, and I don't foresee them getting reprinted anytime soon. But to be perfectly honest with you, everything's going about what I expected here for the tins. Is the tins deemed a failed product by a lot of the community? Yeah, sure. People want to be able to pull staples at an amazing rate. You know, it amazes me because they want to be able to get this large chunk of stuff that they want, and then surprise Pikachu face when people are like, oh my god, pull rates. It's an interesting thing nonetheless, but wow, Terrors from the Ghost Root actually up there above some of the stuff in the set. All right. Spell of Good Judgment. So after the Master Duel ban list, after the OCG brought this back, I once again got to bring this back up to the community. You probably should keep an eye on this card, ladies and gentlemen. We now have got 2 formats where this card is back at once. So, you know, I have a feeling of the TCG, whenever a ban list is, Konami, what are you doing? Where's our ban list? We will probably end up seeing this make a grand old return back to the format. It's not that crazy powerful. It's a very good card, yes. But at 1, it doesn't do a lot. Yeah, you can special summon Hogan, but you got Dark Row no more, Droplet, Artemis Slay. You have so many ways to pick this thing off of the field that it's not going to be much of a problem at all for you. Diablos is the Mind Hacker. Now, the prize card just doesn't exist. I mean, for the Ultra, LOL. You're looking at $3,300 right now for a super one. Nobody's going to pay that, man. Like, that's so crazy to me. But Secret Diablos is the Mind Hackers. This will definitely be mentioned in a top 10 video later on in the weekend here for something that you definitely would want to make sure that you have your hands on, just as a pickup for the the Kashatari stuff. Because this card is quite hilarious, and considering the fact the extra deck isn't necessarily packed, you have so many cool option trees really available to you. So good stuff. Warrock Mountain. You know, this card, all jokes aside, I mean, this card was a searcher. It extended out the deck a wee little bit. The fact that these never really took off, I still see that we had sales a couple of days ago, alright? Like, people still come through and pick up playsets of this card because they look at OG Secret Rares and they're like, you know, it just takes a little bit, just a little bit, to try to push this card off the edge, people think, but they're still cheap. Small World original copies. Now, as we just saw the reprints, $2 to $3. Original Small Worlds, these destroyed themselves in value, man. Look at that dip down curve. $6, $7.80, $7.80. Yeah, you're very cheap copies here. And then you run into that $7 to $8 mark. So, original Small Worlds, if you're a fan of more of the stylistic Secret Rare, it's doing its job. Evilswarm Ophions for Dual Terminal. I love these mod plays that keep showing up. Like, how do you have mod plays? $8, $8, $10. Hopefully someday we'll get Evilswarm support so I can watch this card orbit to another zip code. But, wow, even the Dual Saga Ophions are up. Huh. Well, that's interesting to know. Alright, cool. Archlord Christia Secret Rares. God, this card is such an amazing feat to watch do its job. $63 the lowest for Secret Rares right now. Not really surprised about that. $90. Okay. So that's pretty normal. First eds are just going to exist in outer space. $586. Okay. That's a first. Might be the cheapest light play I've ever seen. And then $900. That's so crazy. Even these, I'm not going to go into too much detail about this, but all even these across the board are $30. Like, card definitely needs a reprint, and it dodged for some reason. Tactical Masters, Runic Tips, $114. Drolls, still 90s. Not surprised about that. Labyrinth, Lovelies, $95. Green Meats, also $95. Field Spells still at $80. Collector's Rares for the anti-spells, $55. Cosmics, $48. Okay. Labyrinths, 46s. So, what's really changed back here? The answer is not much. Servant Arianes, 43s. Runic Tips, 38s. These calm down. I remember when these were $50 earlier in the week. So ridiculous, man. Runic Fountains down to underneath 20. And we're getting pushed down here on Hogan, actually, which is really, really good. I mean, overall, your market is doing markety things. Wow, these are $14 to $15, while these are 4s. Wow. All right. Sure. Interesting times market. And then Magician Souls. Fun little fact here. God, why do they got to put the Korean listings on everything? I hate it here. $29 for the secrets. That's not horrible. The blues, I see mod play for 20, 23 for these. I mean, they're underneath $20. Excuse me, they're underneath 25. That's not bad. So what do you guys think about today's market? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. And I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.